Hello, I'm DeWayne Grice, and with Roy Thompson at TMT Farms, and we've got a real special treat for our viewers tonight. Roy, thank you so much for hosting us tonight. I'm going to spin around so people can see you here. Roy's given us a VIP tour of TMT Farms. This is just a labor of love that almost didn't happen this year, Roy.
That's true. It's it happened because of public outcry, I suppose, because at one time we had decided not to do it. We were going to take a break, and then everybody started asking us to do it, and Deborah and myself sat down and talked about the reason not to do it and then the reason to do it. And listen, this is a great opportunity for myself, Deborah, and our family to help other people, but it gives visitors that bring the gifts and everything out here an opportunity to help other people that need to be
I love the line from the Hallmark movie that y'all were watching, the Hallmark movie, and Deborah gave that line so eloquently that you don't ever forget the reason for the season and the reason for Christmas, and
that's right.
And that's what you do for so many here. But I'm going to spin around here and we're going to kind of ease through. But first, tell me a little bit about the changes this year. It's been a few years since we shot a video and went through this with you, so we're going to give people that maybe can't get an opportunity to come out, and for posterity's sake, with this near miss, we want to make sure that we had it all documented. So as we ease in here, let's just talk about it and kind of explain to us because we've got so much sentimental value here to you and to your family and to the community, but there's a lot of history here too. I don't know that people understand, and we'll get back into all the signage. And then you've got a Western village, so I know you're a cowboy at heart, aren't you?
I am. My full name is Roy Gene Thompson. I was named after Roy Rogers and Gene Autry.
How about that?
And this is one of the exhibits over here that we love. The nativity scene with all the animals. This wagon over here in 1994 was the wagon that we utilized. We had that wagon, one reindeer, and a snow globe that we have just had to discard this year. And so it's been with us that long.
So the wagon is what started it?
The wagon is what started it.
And what year was that?
That was in 1994. That was our first exhibit. That wagon sit right over here to my left, and with a snow globe. And so that was it. Except for always we've had a tree at our house, and but that was our outdoor exhibit.
And it's 1 mile.
It's about 2 miles.
2 miles. So it's a mile in and a mile back out.
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll turn to the right. I don't think we had any of this the last time that we shot. This building to my left over here is the Bill Brown Agricultural Building that was up in Portal. And when they built the new one, they were going to tear it down and throw it away. So we asked them if they would tear it down and let us haul it off and rebuild it out here. And that's the original sign. It's difficult to see from here, but it's the Bill Brown Agricultural Center. And Bill used to be the head basketball coach for many, many, many years up for the Portal Panthers.
Well, I know you played high school football and basketball, we were talking about earlier, and so I know sports are real important, but one of the things that you and Deborah always do is you try to support all athletes, but especially at a high school level.
We do. We will visit, all the high schools, and that's in the county, and when they're going out of the county to play, then we'll go visit them. And we can't make it to all of the middle schools, but we support them monetarily. And Bulloch County is it's a great county to live in. There's so much to do, so many people to support, but we do. You are right. We do love sports.
Well, and you love history, and you've done a really good job here of not only having a beautiful Christmas light display, but just like this barn, and we're fixing to see some other things here, that you've done a great job of preserving history that just would have disappeared. So I know that's special to you.
Well, the one thing that the folks watching this video is going to see, every once in a while you're going to see a light or half of a string of lights or a whole string of lights are out. But if you've ever dealt with Christmas tree lights, that's just the way it is.
I think folks will forgive you, Roy, for having a light out here or there.
It's very difficult to keep them all going at all times. A man asked me not too long ago, he said, "How many lights do you have out there?" We were working the food booth that night. I said, "Well, do me a favor." I said, "You count them as you drive through and let me know when you come back through, and I'll be glad to share it with people, because the only thing I tell people, we have lots of lights."
Well, and you try to add something different or new each year.
We do. We'll be coming up on our 2 football teams out here fishing the scrimmage, playing football, and you can tell by looking around, we love country. We love grain bins. We love tractors. We love wagons. We'll see some Model T Fords and Model A Fords and old Buicks in a little while. We tried to have something out here that everybody would enjoy looking at, regardless of what age they are.
Well, I love the old fire trucks.
Yes, those are all Bulloch County fire trucks. As they come up for auction, we buy them, or we bid on them, and if we're the low bid, then we get them.
I see your football team now.
If it was a little bit darker, they would show up better, but we have benches. We have a home bench and a visitor's bench. We have a bunch of Santa Clauses. It's a home team, and then we have a variety of different blow-ups, figurines there. That's a visitor's team, and we have 2 officials out there. And you can see that the Portal Panthers, this was their old goalpost that we were able to obtain. They gifted us the old pads that went on the post, but we like to pick up anything old that is from Bulloch County.
The goalposts, the county's done an excellent job of rebuilding the recreation facilities and the high schools, and so I guess that's when they rebuilt the fields, is when you were able to pick these up.
Yes, because all new goalpost now just has the one main center column.
That's right.
And you'll notice that these have 2.
So we're coming up on your benches there. I see your teams.
Yeah. They're ready.
Santa
They're ready
Clauses
for
are ready.
Yep.
How neat is that? What do you sleep at all, Roy?
Occasionally.
So where do you dream up all of this?
You know, it just ideas just hit us. It doesn't take much for me to come up with an idea to use anything old. And we're always writing. Anywhere we go, Deborah and myself, we're always looking for something that somebody would enjoy looking at. Like the old tractor tires. They don't mean anything to anyone, but we saw reefs, that we can make reefs out of them. Christmas reefs. I have no earthly idea. It looks like an old part of a motor grader wheel drawn over there. It's not complete, but we like the way it looked, and we fit it in out here.
That's an old horse-drawn motor grader.
Right, old tractors. you know, I guess the other thing that we like, and when we get some shots of a lot of light, is just looking at all these Christmas lights.
Well, it's a tremendously generous gift to the community to open up, to do all this and to open it up. And I guess we should talk about, this is truly a gift from you and your family. There's no outside investment in this, and you open it up for free.
We do. You know, we do have the food drop-off up there, or the collection booth. And if anyone wants to give toys or pet food or food, then we accept monetary donations.
And the food that you collect enough food to provide to the Christian Social Ministry for almost an entire year.
Almost, and
so everything collected goes right back into the community.
you want to go take that picture?
You got Santa back there, right?
Turn through there. Keep on going.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, we get, I think last year, and it varies. I can remember we've had as much as 24,000 pounds. I think last year we got 112,000 pounds of food. So, and I'm not certain about this year. We've had some great collections though.
So if you're just tuning into the video, I'm DeWayne Grice with Grice Connect. I'm here with Roy Thompson, one of the owners of TMT Farms in Bulloch County, Statesboro, Georgia. We're in Rocky Ford, Georgia, in Bulloch County. We're about 15 miles north of Statesboro, the city proper of Bulloch County. And this is a tremendous gift that they do and they give to the community. Tens of thousands of people will come through here on an annual basis to see these lights, and it was something that almost didn't happen, but Roy and Deborah and the family decided they just were going to give it a shot one more time, and so here we are, and it's just a really incredible gift to our community. And I'm going to tell you, Roy, if you're not in the Christmas spirit when you drive through here, there's just no way you're going to get into the Christmas spirit, is there?
I don't believe so. You know, it's like we share with people. A lot of people have a lot of problems. And we said for hopefully 30 minutes or 45 minutes, ever how long it takes you to go through, you can leave your problems up on the road. They'll be waiting on you when you get out, but we're going to try to help you forget those problems for a little while.
And every year it just seems to get better and bigger, and there are more lights, and it just and a little bit more of the county history too that he's preserved here. One of the things you're going to see in a little bit is his western town that he's built, because he's a cowboy at heart, as we've already talked about, and he pays tribute to that and to so much of the history of Bulloch County that would be lost if it weren't for this, for Roy and his family, and this event.
You know, I never tire of riding through here. It's with Deborah and myself both. I mean, we love Christmas.
Well, you have to get, this is the only way into your home, right? So this is
it is.
Yeah,
it is.
So this is his driveway to his house. So the food drop here is where we're coming in, and this is where you have a bunch of volunteers that come every night, and they help collect food and toys and funds and greet people as they come in to the community. So always good. Hey, how are y'all? Thank y'all for helping tonight. Looks like y'all got into some good food there.
Oh yeah, we got some chili. We just take all the donations and dump them in.
I see. So they're just making chili from some of the.
Mr. Thompson, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
We're doing a little video tour this year of we're going through. We do this every few years, so we're doing it again this year.
Right.
Seeing what it's all at new. So thank y'all for helping tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, we're not live streaming. We're just shooting. And we're
Okay.
yeah. The cell signal's a little tricky out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be tough to do that. But good. So, well, good. Thank y'all for helping. Good to see you.
Thank y'all.
That's right.
So this is where you'd stop as you're coming in, as we were explained, and
And you can see the amount of pet food that's in that
Wow.
trailer right there.
I see your Lowe's guys all dressed up. Lowe's has been very supportive of this project and you.
I want to give a shout out to Lowe's. They treat us tremendously fair at their place of business. In fact, I bought out the balance of the Christmas lights and displays that they had. Bought them out Saturday morning, and that's one way they help us make it affordable to put all these lights out.
So at the end of the season, you go in and help clear them out.
We do. We'll buy whatever they have left. We're coming up on my favorite scene out here. And I think a lot of other people that talk, because to me, they're all my favorites. But the steeple area is my favorite.
Now, each of these are actual steeples that came off the churches in the
Yes.
area.
Yes.
Do you remember which come from where or what churches are represented?
We've got them, I can't exactly remember which come from where, but we've got them. There's several from Bulloch County, one from Richmond Hill, one from Twin City, and I can't remember where a couple others come from. But with the Angels and now this is where, if you like Christmas lights, you're going to love driving through here. This wagon we're coming up on was donated to us by the Arthur Howard family.
What a great guy, Arthur.
Yes, sir. He was one of the finest of Bulloch County.
Huge humanitarian, and Claude Howard Lumber, just really a great person. Good to see his sons and family or grandsons now continuing that family tradition there. I love the Snoopy.
That's a little new something that we put out here. That was donated to us, and we wanted to get it out this year. We wanted it to look like it was raining lights. I hope we've succeeded.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Ahead of the traffic, but something that Deborah and myself enjoy is all the kids and these yelling back to each other, Merry
Right.
Christmas, and
You got some old cars here, so what do we have?
That's an old Chevrolet. That's a 28 Chevrolet.
We just passed, now we're coming up on.
This is a 1928 T-model Ford that belonged to Mr. Bibb Tanner. After his passing, we purchased that from his son, Robert, and we just love for people to see them. This is an old 1930 Model A Ford that I purchased from Ed Curl. Back, I was a sophomore in high school when we purchased that.
And you've got a tribute to area and local law enforcement here.
Yes, sir. I don't know what we would do without them.
It's a little hard to read here. The camera will get a little glare, but it says you got Georgia State Patrol represented, you got Bulloch County Sheriff's Department, Statesboro Police, and Georgia Southern. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. And I see you got all the fire departments, Bulloch EMS, Statesboro Fire, and Bulloch County Fire represented there as well.
Right. So important.
So we're here. I'm DeWayne Grice with Grice Connect, and we're getting a VIP tour from Mr. TMT Farms himself, Roy Thompson. And, this is his family's labor of love to so many. Thousands and thousands come through this 2 miles of lights every year, and it's no admission, just a contribution of canned goods or pet food, or a cash or toy contribution to help the needy in our community. And they put this out, and the food, they help folks throughout the year too. So it's just such an incredible gift to the community and a great way to get in the Christmas spirit. I sure could use some Franklin's fried chicken right about now.
Doesn't that recall some memories there?
Oh, it really does. Isn't that great? See Island Bank, which is now Synovus. And I see you got Brooklet Drugs, Stubbs Oil, RJ's Grill, which is now Uncle Shook's, KFC, Air Reynolds.
Wiggins.
Yeah. Wiggins Office Equipment there, Ag South. L&D Produce, the Dairy Queen, Our Reynolds, all great companies. Southern Manor Retirement. You got a scoreboard up there, and
that came out of Hunter Gym.
How about it? Robbins Packing now. Boy, those were some good hot dogs, weren't they?
Yes. They sure were.
We all grew up on Robbins hot dogs, that's for sure. Stringer Chevron. You know, that was the last place in town that they'd pump the gas for you, right?
Right.
Yeah. Old Jappy, and Jappy's a county commissioner with you now.
That's true, and a good one.
Merry-go-round here in the Pavilion. So explain to folks who don't know what the Pavilion is, what the Pavilion is.
The Pavilion is where it was at the original swimming pool that opened up in, I think, 1945, 46, and this is the original fence that was on the baby pool. And we built a replica of what that building looked like. This is all the original signs that was on the baby pool and the swimming pool down at Fair Road Park.
But this was the hangout for teenagers and kids in our community.
This was it.
The Pavilion was the meet-up spot. That's where there's a lot of great stories. Some you can probably share in public, right?
Yes, sir. That's where I met my wife at.
How about it? Henry's department store?
Yep. It was a ladies' shop, and that was downtown Statesboro. That's the original sign that was on that building. And one of the most favorite is one that we're coming up on. I'm so proud to have this one out here.
The iconic Snooki's restaurant.
I built the storefront, and I measured it out. It's two specifications of what his original building was. Same brick, same metal on the outside. That's the blinds that were hanging in it. That's the original flag that's up there on top of it. The original doors.
Right. Yeah.
Bruce gave us all of that.
So that was a meeting spot for our community for decades.
It sure was.
Erg Russell held a round table there, has a lot of coffee clubs. A lot of business got done there.
Yes, sir. And if you like cowboy towns, here it is.
This is the Western Village we've been telling you about. So these are some of your favorite stores?
They are. You know, I would get the names off of the original black and white movies that I would watch and name. That's where the store names come from, 90% of them.
So he's built an entire western town here on his farm, and then he decorates it as part of the Christmas decoration. So we'll come back over this way so you can see. So this is, you know, if you're a history buff and if you grew up in that era, this is as much fun as anything, just getting to see and relive this and seeing this old western town right here in Bulloch County.
That's right. You are counting the lights as we go.
Yeah, I've got them all. Yeah, right.
As
yeah.
we riding through.
Unfortunately, I've got my shoes on because it's a little cool tonight, so I can't count them all, Roy. Here we're coming up on the little church in the Wildwood.
We've had several people get married. Many proposals have been made in that little church.
You know, that was interesting you say that. One of the things that when we initially announced that you weren't going to do this year, I can't even recall how many people said, I plan to propose.
That's right.
Out here.
We had some meet out here about 2 weeks ago, and a gentleman proposed to a young lady.
Jackson Hole Trade Shop.
When we went to Wyoming, we stood on the front porch of that, so I come back and made a replica of it.
This is actually your home.
This is where we live. Most nights, Deborah, I'll show you in a minute though, or outside greeting people.
A little pond here and decorated all the way to the back side. We're not too far from the river, right?
We aren't. Yeah, we're about a mile. It's about a mile down that road. Got Cinderella and her carriage over there.
Yeah, isn't that pretty?
Look at in the water.
Yeah, it's really pretty with the reflection.
Deborah loves snowmen.
Well, she got them.
This is where we normally stand at night and greet people. This is where the Merry Christmas yells come from in the vehicles.
How sweet is that? coming back out as citizens are coming in. Merry Christmas. Church in the Wildwood. You know, Roy, I try to explain folks about this, and we've had the pleasure of bringing friends and family and visitors from out of town out here, and no matter how hard you try to explain it,
Merry Christmas.
It's just impossible to explain. I mean, it's just the magnitude of this.
Well,
it's just so incredible.
You know, a lot of times when, and I don't say this boastfully because that's one thing that we are not. We're proud, but we are not boastful. But the people ask me to describe it to them. I said, you just have to come look at it. I do add this, if you like Christmas lights, you'll love it. If you don't, stay home. A lot of people saw this little church. Somebody had posted it not too long ago. I liked the way it looked. So come out and built one.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's new. That's like an outdoor church here.
It is.
A mini techno campground.
Merry Christmas.
So we're about 32 minutes in, and we're still seeing lights.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So it normally takes about, you said about 40, 45 minutes once you get in here to really see everything.
It does. It's driving at this pace. Now, you can come in here and drive 20 miles an hour, I suppose, and be out of here in a few minutes. But I'm trying to drive it at the pace that I would expect other people to drive it.
Well, it's just so much to see. I mean, it's...
And that's, John Long did that for us this year. It's a swamp buggy. You see Santa Claus sitting up there.
Yeah. How about that?
And you know, you always find a liquor still somewhere. So there is our liquor still.
If you're back in the woods,
Back in the
in
woods.
South Georgia, you're going to find a liquor store. Or
Yep.
you got a Willis Jeep there. Military, paying
Right.
tribute to the military. Yeah, God bless America.
You know, we tried to make this is our veterans military area here. And this whole area through here. See the flags?
Yep.
Tried to keep everything in red, white, and blue in this area. Coming up on our son's house now and his family. And
So on the nights that it's backed up in here, y'all shouldn't get in a hurry to get anywhere, I guess.
no, we can't leave. I've got an escape route, but when I get over to the highway, I have to count on people letting us out
To get through.
to get through to get to the highway. And something that's very attractive to me is you can see what they've done to the grain bin over there.
Opened it up, yeah.
Opened
So they
it
made
up.
like a gazebo out of it.
Right.
We pull up a little more, you'll be able to see what we're talking about. Yeah. There you go. You can see it at the top corner there now. It's an open, yeah, it's an open grain bin. That's pretty ingenious there.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
Yeah, how about that? That's a big reindeer there.
It sure is. That reindeer been through a lot. We had a young man stab him with a knife one night, put a big rip in him.
So it's an inflatable.
Yes.
So most of this is inflatable, yeah. Little pure gasoline sign there.
Yes, that's all things that we could find. Service stations.
Now, you have a train whistle or a train horn you just don't run it during Christmas season.
When we got some new neighbors, they are great. But that was a pretty loud horn and a whistle, so we decided
to be good neighbors.
Be a good neighbor and shut that part of it down.
That's it. Well, there's one thing for sure. When it was on, they wouldn't sneak into your house, would they?
No, they would not. Merry Christmas. There's the long black train coming up. Polar Express.
Ah, oh yeah. I can't imagine you getting out of Bulloch County much, but have you been to Walt Disney World?
It's probably been 30 years ago.
I think you and Walt Disney had a little bit in common. Maybe a little P.T. Barnum as well?
You know, it's just exciting to see it from the start to the end. I mean, from no lights to lights, and it is a lot of work.
Yeah, there's no way to properly describe the amount of work this has to be.
This is a pretty shot to me with the arches, look like a tunnel. On this side we have grain bins.
Coming up on the end of 2 miles of Christmas lights at TMT Farms, something that is just an incredible labor of love and gift to not only the Bulloch County community, but all the surrounding communities. I know, where's the father's license plate you've seen, Roy?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the father's license plate you've seen?
Here.
So people come from all over to see it. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Sometimes we'll go up to the food booth, look for tags.
Right.
And we see tags from South Carolina, from Atlanta, and you know, in Florida. And I've actually asked some before, y'all visiting, and they, you know, and they said no. We are Christmas light chasers. They will go anywhere that there are Christmas lights, and they had heard about our place, and they drove from afar to see it.
That's wild. Well, it certainly had to rank upon the best that they've ever seen in a family-owned display, not at Walt Disney World or somewhere like that, some amusement park or place where you would expect this. This is just really very, very, very undescribable for what you're doing. And I like your sign here.
I always look at that sign that says believe.
There you go. Yeah, you see it coming into view now. And you believe a lot. Well, Roy, thank you so much for taking us on this VIP tour again this year. It's just always so special to spend this time with you and to see this from your perspective and hear the stories and the reason behind all of this and why you and your family continue to do this every year. And it's just always such a blessing. And I just want to thank you from the Grice Connect family and our community for continuing to do this. And we pray and hope that you see fit to do this and continue it for years and years to come.
Well, I'm going to make a promise right now. Next year, we have made one change. We will open it up the night after Thanksgiving. That way we can have at least the one Thanksgiving night, with family, uninterrupted. But we will open it up then, and it will remain open to whatever the date is, the Friday night before New Year. And
so that would be in 2024, because this is 2023.
Yes.
For those that are watching the video, and the last video, people are still sharing it. We shot 4 or 5 years ago, so you'll know. And if you're watching it, or whenever you're watching this. But again, Roy, I just can't thank you enough for allowing us this opportunity, and our viewers and so many people who are shut in and live states and states away. They want to share this with their relatives because they try to explain it to them. And like I say, it's just impossible to explain without experiencing it in a small way. And even through video, you can't fully comprehend the magnitude of this. And we certainly appreciate it. God bless you. God bless Deborah and your family. And Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thank you very much.